In a recent Twitter Q&A, Gary Neville was asked which position is priority for Manchester United this summer. Gary didn't respond with one position, but four: goalkeeper, centre-back, centre-forward and right-back. And on today's show, we're going to take a look at each of those positions and recommend a signing for Manchester United. If you are new around here, make sure to smash that like button. Of course, subscribe if you are new and check out SofaScore. Anyway, let's dive into the positions, the players and what Man United need. Starting off in goal, Manchester United have had struggles with David De Gea between the sticks in terms of his short passing, his ability to hit certain areas of the pitch with long passes, switches of play and so forth. Manchester United need a shot-stopping goalkeeper that's a capable ball player. Look no further than one of Erik ten Hag's former goalkeepers, Andre Onana, who's currently playing for Inter Milan in Serie A. Andre Onana was banned through failing a drugs test for a number of years, but Erik ten Hag used him before that to get Ajax to the Champions League semi-final, then after the drugs ban as well in the Champions League. Erik ten Hag, of course, described him post-ban as not being at the same level as pre-ban, but had previously described him as a masterful goalkeeper. What Andre Onana would bring Manchester United is that ability with the ball at his feet. He is a fantastic ball-playing goalkeeper. We mentioned the spell at Ajax in the 2018 season. He was fantastic at helping Ajax play through pressure in certain games, but also make massive saves. A really agile goalkeeper capable of sweeping up from his goal line in behind the Ajax press. Absolutely perfect for Manchester United. And this season he's excelled in the Champions League. A massive performance against Porto where he made 6 saves on to Inter Milan getting to the first quarter-final since Jose Mourinho. And I think one of the big things with Andre Onana, he has shared the minutes with Handanovic this season, but seems to have edged the #1 jersey since around October. And he's being rested now in Serie A in the games before the Champions League matchups. He's a player that's contracted until 2027, so might not be too cheap. But Inter Milan have struggled this season in Serie A and currently sit 6th in the league, which means no Champions League football. We all know about the money struggles that Inter Milan had last season in terms of having to sell players that they didn't want to sell, such as Lukaku to Chelsea. But also in terms of Onana was signed on a free transfer last summer. So Inter Milan will be making 100% profit if he were to move to Manchester United. I think the big thing in terms of the league, obviously, with Andre Onana, United need to be able to play out from the back, creating a back 3 structure on the ball, moving to that kind of 4-5-1 structure, but having another outfielder that's capable on the ball that can move into almost a sweeper position behind the back line, creating that base level diamond in a comfortable sense will be perfect for Manchester United. Of course, other options could be David Raya. His contract expires in 2024. He's having one of the best seasons in his career and has saved Brentford an extra 3.1 shots. But the big reason why I think Andre Onana should be signed by Man United, not only because of the availability due to Inter Milan's financial problems, but also I think he instantly fits into Erik ten Hag's system and style, and that is one of the biggest things for me. Getting a player of quality that's played under ten Hag before into the starting 11 will be absolutely fantastic. Let's quickly move on to the next position. Of course, Manchester United signed Lisandro Martinez at centre-back in the summer for Ajax, and he has been absolutely brilliant. One of the best dribblers in the world of football. He's got the best dribble completion rate of any player in the Premier League, but also in terms of possession play, controlling the tempo, the long balls that we've seen over the top in recent games, but also carrying out from the back, combining with his teammates. United need another player of the quality of Lisandro Martinez if they want to take that next step. Of course, there's one obvious candidate in Europe right now, reportedly available for 40 million euros. That, of course, is the main man, Kim Min-jae from Napoli. Napoli this season have been one of the best ball-playing teams in Europe. They excelled in the Champions League group stages, scoring more goals than any other team, but defensively, they were also one of the soundest, conceding one of the fewest amount of goals in the competition. A physically dominant defender, very capable on the ball, super quick, covering space in behind him, which obviously as United learn to press a bit better, the two centre-halves defending those wide areas is going to be vitally important. Kim Min-jae is that guy. Very capable out of the back as well to change the attacking structure, allowing Casemiro to drop into centre-back. He is arguably the perfect player. Per 90 versus someone like Raphael Varane, he comes on top of him in a lot of metrics. Kim has been only dribbled past in Serie A this season 4 times. In terms of that tackle rate versus dribblers is at 92.5%. That is absolutely elite and is better than Raphael Varane, who's been dribbled past 10 times in the Premier League with a tackle rate versus dribblers at around 70%. Also looking at pass completion versus Raphael Varane, Kim Min-jae's pass completion is at 90.3% versus Varane's 58.8%. Kim Min-jae not only would add steel, determination, aggression and leadership at the back, but the ability on the ball to carry out would give United another dimension from a ball playing perspective. And again, we mentioned €40 million release clause, one of the best centre-backs in Europe. Gary, this is a simple one. Let's move forward to probably another big problem position for Manchester United. That is at centre-forward. Anthony Martial doesn't seem to have the quality to consistently score goals in front of goal. Weghorst's pressing has been fantastic, but United need a bit of quality there. And if we look at the statistics, only 3 teams in the Premier League have underperformed their expected goals more than Manchester United in the Premier League this season. That's Chelsea, West Ham and Everton. And they've all been awful in front of goal. Man United need a reliable goal scorer to take them up the level, and there's one that's very, very obvious in the Premier League. Sir Harold Kane, or Harry Kane to his pals, would instantly improve Manchester United's level up front. He's taken Spurs up massive amounts of level since he's been at Tottenham. Goals under Maurizio Pochettino, Jose Mourinho, Antonio Conte. He has been absolutely fantastic. 24 goals this season, which equates to 41% of Spurs' total goals this season. In fact, if we look at Manchester United and we discount Marcus Rashford's 15 Premier League goals, Kane has just got 7 fewer goals than the rest of the Manchester United squad combined. And even if you throw Marcus Rashford in there, Harry Kane's goals would equate to 52.2% of Man United's goals. He is the perfect forward, capable of dropping off into number 10, linking the play, becoming one of the 3 attacking midfielders that Erik ten Hag likes to play, or the 3 number 10s with the 2 wingers high. He's absolutely the perfect player to receive the feet and dictate for Manchester United. Not only that, is that he could thrive later on in his career, potentially playing as a number 10 behind another forward, maybe a Marcus Rashford, dropping Bruno to that kind of number 8 role in midfield. Could happen really, really well. Of course, Fred's not going to play on the left wing. United probably would have to bring in the likes of Alejandro Garnacho or sign someone else in the future. But Harry Kane from the start will play, of course, through the middle for Manchester United under Erik ten Hag, and would add such quality going forward. The issues with Harry Kane, of course, is his injuries, but he's not had an injury since April 2021, nearly 2 years ago without a full injury. He's been playing week in, week out for Spurs. He's been scoring loads of goals, and with his contract expiring 2024, it makes so much sense to bring Harry Kane to Old Trafford. And I think with Tottenham as well, if we are realistic with the Premier League, you know, they might be getting a Julian Nagelsmann next season as their manager, and yes, I'd love to see him under you know, someone like Julian. You know, we saw the work that Julian Nagelsmann did with Lewandowski and the amount of more goals that he scored. Harry Kane moving to Man United would be the smart thing for him to do. Win some trophies, retire a hero, take a similar move to Robin van Persie, move from North London to Manchester and win the Premier League. Harry Kane, 24 goals and 2 assists in the Premier League this season is absolutely flying. Right, let's move to the last position that Gary Neville talked about, right fullback. For me, Manchester United have got a decent option at fullback in Diogo Dalot. Aaron Wan-Bissaka's improvements have been pretty big this season. I don't think it's the most important position to recruit for right now. I'd rather bring a backup into Casemiro that can also play number 8 first before buying a right fullback. But I think long-term for Manchester United, having Diogo Dalot playing as an inverted left-back should be where Manchester United go. Having him join Casemiro at the base of midfield and having a fullback on the other side that not only can provide width but also can make those underlapping moves into that midfield area. One player that could be really, really good for Manchester United that's come onto my radar very, very recently, Alexander Barr from Benfica. Ex-Slavia Prague, was signed by Slavia Prague to replace Soufel, and of course Benfica brought him in the summer. He's a player of really, really good quality, not only on the ball, but his ability to cross, to pass, to spot the opportunity. He looks really, really good. He came up on one of my statistical searches, looking at chances created, expected assists, challenges won, everything that you want from a modern day fullback. He's played under Roger Smith this season in the Liga NOS, but also in the Champions League. And I think we've got another fullback on our hands that is destined for stardom. 25 years old, but the big thing with him, obviously, in the Portuguese league, he's been very, very good in terms of dominating the ball as Benfica really control the opponents, creating chances, winning tackles in the game, but also he's been super impressive in the Champions League, which, again, the premier tournament in European football, that's where you really get measured. And what we can see with his heat map is not only is he providing that width in the final third for Benfica, he is also attacking that inside channel as David Neres pulls wide. But in terms of performances I want to pull up here, he had an absolute rocket against PSG, against Kylian Mbappe. Won 5 of his 6 tackles in that game. Mbappe, obviously one of the best players 1v1 in Europe. I think he beat him 1v1 one time in the first half, and then Bar really got into the game, won a number of really good challenges. But also in the Champions League, we've got to look at the game against Maccabi Haifa, talking Man United, talking about dominance of possession that United need to do. In this game, he was absolutely brilliant. 2 assists, won 2 of his 3 tackles, 4 chances created, completed 16, yes, 16 of his long passes, 92% pass accuracy for the rest of his passes, absolutely phenomenal. His assist was really, really nice. One of them on the overlap, really good ball into the box for the centre forward to head home. And then there was a really nice pass from the inside right channel for a channel run, slotted through perfectly. He's a player of great quality, young at 25, hasn't played a massive amount of football for his age at 25. He's played around 100 less games than Marcus Rashford has so far. But I think he's got massive potential to become one of the best fullbacks in Europe. Not only that, he's won 62% of his challenges this season. That is absolutely disgusting. But anyway, guys, let's go back to the tactics board for Manchester United. For Gary Neville, got a back 4 of Diogo Dalot at left back, Martinez, Kim Min-jae, Bar at right fullback, Casemiro, Fred Bruno, Anthony, Harry Kane and Marcus Rashford. Let me know what you think, Gary. And get into the comments below what you think at home out of those positions. Goalkeeper, centre-back, right-back and striker. Who you'd sign for Manchester United. I've been Statman Dave. Check out SofaSource. Subscribe if you're new. And I'll see you later. Goodbye.